Hey, my free Bobby.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Sure. No, free Bobby.
All right. Mr. Galden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves.
NBA YoungBoy has officially been sentenced to prison, with his emotional reaction being leaked online. The rapper recently accepted a plea deal in his federal firearm case, which was transferred from Louisiana to Utah. Under the terms of the agreement, YoungBoy was set to serve 27 months in prison, with credit for time already served during his pretrial detention. Following his release, he would face 5 years of federal probation. However, just before sentencing, the judge appeared to reconsider, leading to an intense moment in the courtroom. The situation quickly spiraled into chaos when a passionate YoungBoy fan hacked into the court's sound system, interrupting the hearing by loudly yelling, "Free YoungBoy." The incident added a wild twist to an already dramatic case.
Free Bobby.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Sure. No, free Bobby.
All right. Mr. Galden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB.
Free YB.
Free YB.
YoungBoy entered the courtroom with a surprising demeanor, smiling and laughing as he reacted to the unexpected chaos caused by the hacker. The fans' outburst, screaming support for the rapper, seemed to lighten the tense atmosphere momentarily, drawing an amused response from YoungBoy despite the seriousness of the situation. The judge began reading out the charges, detailing the events that led to YoungBoy's arrest. Back on March 10, 2021, the rapper was charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and another count of possession of an unregistered firearm. Given YoungBoy's history of frequent run-ins with the law, the court was not inclined to go easy on him. This made the firearm charges particularly serious. The situation that led to his arrest occurred while he was recording a music video in a neighborhood, playing loud music and dancing on the hoods of cars, drawing unwanted attention and ultimately leading to his capture. An older woman living on the street became concerned about the commotion and called the police to report the situation. When the authorities arrived, they immediately recognized YoungBoy due to his extensive history with the sheriff's office. This recognition led to his swift arrest on the spot, further complicating his legal troubles.
Yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video, that was shown, and it was very interesting because the cop comes right up to him, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him, and then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, "Yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me?" That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, "Big dog, you up right now. I didn't do nothing. You could search me. I got nothing on me." Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog, why? And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were going to go and start taking footage from music videos and said, "You held in a music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're going to face 3 to 5 years. No, and it really shows you that these federal laws, as applied to kids like NBA YoungBoy from the hood, are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good, long look on what's going on there.
During YoungBoy's arrest, his cameraman frantically attempted to delete any footage showing the rapper holding a firearm for the music video. However, before he could finish, the police confiscated the camera and recovered the incriminating evidence. The footage played a crucial role in the case, as it directly linked YoungBoy to the firearm possession. In court, his lawyer argued that the footage was obtained illegally since the authorities lacked proper permission at the time of the seizure. Despite this defense, the argument did not hold up. YoungBoy's appeal with the federal court was ultimately denied, allowing prosecutors to use the footage as evidence to convict him.
Update on NBA YoungBoy. He lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the Fifth Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The Fifth Circuit said, you know what, we have a different decision, and we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case. Now, YoungBoy's got a couple of options. One, he can appeal to the Supreme Court. I fully expect they will appeal to the Supreme Court. Two, you got to go to the government and say, look, This guy was locked up for a long amount of time. I think he was locked up for almost a year. He's been on house arrest for almost a year. How much time do you want him to serve and think about doing a plea bargain? Ultimately, you can also take this case to trial and try to beat the feds and go 2-0 again.
As YoungBoy's sentencing concluded following his plea deal, the judge took a moment to deliver an emotional and heartfelt speech. In a rare display of compassion, the judge acknowledged YoungBoy's immense talent and potential, expressing regret that it had been overshadowed by his struggles with addiction. The judge wished him the best of luck for his future and encouraged him to turn his life around once he's out of prison, leaving the courtroom on a hopeful note despite the difficult circumstances.
Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, that they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their addiction. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Golden.
Thank you.
Anything
Thank you, Your
further?
Honor. That's all I have, if I
Okay.
could be excused.
You may.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
As the official report on YoungBoy's plea deal was shared, it confirmed that his case was officially closed, with him set to serve 27 months in jail followed by 60 months of probation. However, this resolution only addressed one of the charges he faces. YoungBoy is still dealing with legal consequences from a prior incident when he skipped a court date, prompting a warrant for his arrest. The situation escalated when the FBI staked out his location and waited for him to make a move. One day, as YoungBoy left his house, the FBI began tailing him. When they attempted to pull him over, he initially slowed down on the side of the highway. However, just as an officer exited their vehicle, YoungBoy put his car back in drive and sped off, leading to a high-speed chase. After navigating traffic and returning to surface streets, he found himself stuck. In a last-ditch effort to evade capture, he abandoned his car and took off on foot. Unfortunately for him, his choice of attire, designer clothes, skinny jeans, expensive shoes, and flashy chains was far from ideal for a foot chase, further complicating his attempt to escape. YoungBoy's attempt to escape didn't last long, as his outfit hindered his ability to run far before he was ultimately caught. The brief foot chase, however, led to some wild photos of the rapper sprinting through a fan's backyard with a police officer in hot pursuit, an unusual and dramatic sight rarely seen with other rappers. Not long after, YoungBoy was swarmed by police, subdued, and thrown into the back of a squad car, bringing the chaotic chase to an end.
You know, talk to us, tell us what happened, or
As soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay? But
yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm properly if I haven't committed a crime or done that.
Okay. All right, give us a second, okay?
Okay, no one to statement.
Hey, he's not willing to give a
So,
statement.
you know, any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be.
The entire ordeal resulted in YoungBoy facing a slew of charges, including speed racing, resisting arrest, and more, with the judge showing no signs of leniency. Despite the seriousness of the situation, YoungBoy's immense wealth allowed him access to top-tier legal representation. Incredibly, even after leading authorities on a chaotic police chase, he was able to secure a bond, demonstrating the power of having the best lawyers in the game.
For YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor, but is otherwise free to travel. This is very big. Why? Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat from state to state, from circuit. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon. I fully expect that the Louisiana judge on Tuesday will release
Unfortunately, YoungBoy has followed a troubling path, distancing himself from many rappers in the industry that he once had good relationships with. At one time, he was cool with almost every major name in the game, but constant beefs and self-snitching through his lyrics have created significant tension. For example, when YoungBoy was arrested following the high-speed chase, rapper NLE Choppa showed support by releasing the song Free YoungBoy in hopes of advocating for his release. However, things took a turn when YoungBoy began dissing King Von after his passing, a move that didn't sit well with Choppa. This rift escalated when YoungBoy released Bring the Hook in 2022, a track that dissed King Von and the entire O Block, sparking a massive reaction from the rap community. DJ Academics even commented, saying, "YoungBoy on demon time right now as YoungBoy prepared to drop another diss-heavy project." In response, Lil Reese called out YoungBoy, saying, "That ain't no demon time, he just rapping like the rest of these rappers, making his stance clear." YoungBoy, doubling down, replied to Reese with, "I stamped that," further fueling the ongoing tension. For some reason, this situation seemed to really upset YoungBoy, leading him to drop his song Know Like I Know, where he directly dissed NLE Choppa for getting involved. In the track, YoungBoy rapped, "I bet your mom be destroyed when we send you to God," for making statements. Choosing sides about my beef with them boys, he continued to taunt Choppa, saying he could claim he was his favorite, but it wouldn't change the fact that YoungBoy was angry. In response, Choppa felt disrespected and made a public stance by changing the title of his song Free YoungBoy to just YoungBoy, signaling that he no longer supported him.
Not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him when, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
NLE Choppa didn't stop there, he also addressed the situation on DJ Vlad's platform.
It was funny to me. I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. It's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.
Overall, NLE Choppa has been vocal about wanting to stop the hate that plagues the rap community. In his comments about YoungBoy, he stressed that the rapper needs to be more careful, as he has many fans looking up to him. Choppa emphasized that YoungBoy should set a better example, stay out of trouble, and focus on his music. However, given YoungBoy's track record, it was unlikely that this would happen anytime soon. The situation took another turn when Louisiana rapper JD Youngin tragically passed away, and many people speculated that YoungBoy and his crew might have been involved. This was especially surprising considering that at one point YoungBoy and JD Youngin had a close relationship. JD Youngin had even expressed his desire to collaborate with YoungBoy before their fallout, which added a layer of complexity to the ongoing tensions in the rap scene.
YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like this is gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever.
Despite the tension, YoungBoy and JD Youngin did eventually collaborate on their song Up With Me. However, things took a turn when JD Youngin messed up their relationship by leaking an unreleased YoungBoy track on his Instagram. YoungBoy quickly responded, demanding, "Delete this now. I don't know how you even got my song. I don't mess around like that." In retaliation, JD Youngin refused to take down the post, making it clear that he wouldn't tolerate any disrespect, further straining their bond and contributing to the fallout between the two.
I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect.
JD Youngin didn't back down and stood up for himself against YoungBoy. He even rapped the lyrics, "You put that comment on my post. They laughed about that, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me." This led to photos surfacing of JD Youngin hanging out with one of YoungBoy's baby mamas, which only fueled the tension. As expected, YoungBoy wasn't pleased with this, feeling disrespected by Jay's actions. He warned Jay to watch out, recording a message shortly after seeing him, making it clear that he wasn't backing down from the conflict.
"You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh."
NBA YoungBoy had accepted a plea deal in his federal firearm case, which had been transferred from Louisiana to Utah. As part of the deal, he was sentenced to 27 months in prison, with credit for time already served in pretrial detention and 5 years of federal probation. However, just before the sentencing, a passionate NBA YoungBoy fan hacked into the court hearing's sound system and began shouting "Free YoungBoy," adding chaos to the already intense situation. The days following the release of his mugshot, fans began to see messages from NBA YoungBoy, which came through his manager. These messages indicated that, despite the hardships, YoungBoy was keeping his head up. These messages were his way of communicating with fans and giving updates from within his cell, showing that while he was facing immense stress, he was also trying to stay strong through the ordeal. The public's perception of his jail time evolved as more information about his case began to come out, including details about false evidence that might have played a role in his legal situation. In this heartfelt message, NBA YoungBoy expresses a deep sense of internal struggle, revealing his emotional state during his time in jail. He reflects on the pain of not being able to give his children the time they deserve, despite his wealth, and shares feelings of isolation, emphasizing that nobody truly understands him, not even himself at times. Yet, he insists he's not looking for sympathy, but simply for peace in his suffering. In a surprising yet kind gesture, he also addresses Wendy Williams, acknowledging the negativity surrounding her but praising her for her good soul and beauty. He encourages her to stay positive and to count her blessings, offering words of support that reflect his own understanding of public scrutiny and personal struggles. The message, signed sincerely, NBA YoungBoy, highlights his complex emotional state during this turbulent period. It appears that NBA YoungBoy was initially facing a very tough time in jail, as seen in his first mugshot, which many people interpreted as a sign of emotional distress. This could have been due to the overwhelming evidence against him, and as some of his circle suggested, he might have been mentally preparing himself for a loss in his court case. However, a week later, new information about the case surfaced, which brought some hope for YoungBoy's situation. A photo of him was released, showing a much happier demeanor compared to his earlier image. This change in his appearance suggested that, despite the previous emotional toll, NBA YoungBoy was likely moved to a better section of the jail, possibly where conditions were less harsh. The shift in his environment may have played a role in improving his mood, and with the breaking news about new evidence, things were starting to look more promising for his case. In his message, NBA YoungBoy expresses a deep reflection on his life and relationships, emphasizing the emotional weight of his time in jail. He talks about the difficulty of trusting people, admitting that he's been there for others without receiving the same in return. He acknowledges his personal mistakes, apologizing to himself for not protecting his heart and allowing certain situations to unfold the way they did. He also shows gratitude toward his supporters, telling them that he doesn't see them as fans but as people who have genuinely cared for him. YoungBoy expresses a desire to be there for his daughter when she's born, mentioning how he didn't have the chance to experience that type of fatherly presence in his own life. His words reveal a more vulnerable and remorseful side, especially in relation to his past behavior toward women and his desire to make amends. Overall, this message underscores his desire to focus on personal growth, mending his past mistakes, and finding peace, while still grappling with the struggles of his current situation. The new development in NBA YoungBoy's case has taken a significant turn with the revelation that the evidence against him may have been obtained illegally. The famous rap lawyer announced that the law enforcement officers violated NBA YoungBoy's constitutional rights when they searched him without probable cause. If this is proven true in court, it would result in the evidence being thrown out, and potentially the case would be dismissed, leading to YoungBoy's release from jail. To provide some context, the incident started when a neighbor allegedly called 911, claiming there were illegal activities taking place at NBA YoungBoy's residence. This led to the raid and the subsequent evidence gathering. However, if the law enforcement's actions are proven unlawful, it could dramatically impact the case in YoungBoy's favor, giving him a chance for freedom. The situation continues to unfold with new details about the investigation into NBA YoungBoy's case. Allegedly, a person called 911 claiming that firearms and narcotics were present at YoungBoy's residence, but the subsequent actions of the officer who responded to the call raised serious questions. The officer reportedly arrived alone, without backup or a firearm, which is highly unusual for a situation involving potential firearms and illegal activity. This apparent lapse in standard procedure has become a critical point for YoungBoy's defense team. It suggests that the officer's actions could have been improper or even reckless, which could undermine the legitimacy of the search and the evidence gathered during the raid. NBA YoungBoy's lawyers are reportedly working to identify the individual who made the 911 call, and they plan to investigate further to ensure that all aspects of the case are scrutinized. If these details hold up in court, it could be a game changer for his defense, possibly leading to the dismissal of the charges. That's the latest on NBA YoungBoy's case and the shocking developments surrounding the evidence against him. It's clear that the situation is evolving, and with his legal team investigating potential violations of his rights, there could be some big changes ahead. We'll be keeping an eye on this case and updating you with any new information. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay informed and take care.